Hello, this is Alex. I'm going over my presentation for the Sonnleithner String Quartet number 2. And yeah, there's a lot in this piece. I just kind of want to start off by talking a little bit about his background structure. He uses kind of a rounded binary technique. I guess I could call the whole thing A-B. Um, A being this section of up until 27 here, being kind of a rounded binary feel to it, kind of almost a sonata expositionally ish. And then our big B section, we get a fugue. So I find that pretty interesting that he's taking classical or older forms of form and kind of injecting them together and creating his own hybrid forms here, which I find cool. So, just a little bit of a analysis. We have our first phrase here. I called all of this 5. Ending on a 5 here again, so you could call all of this, I guess you could call all of that the first part of maybe a compound period or something. And our first section comes back again. I'll call it half A. So it's more of a rounded binary. The more interesting part to go over, I think, is we get our fugue in our big B section. This is our exposition. This is all in E flat. We get a 4-voice fugue, and we start off here on an E flat, starting our subject on Do. Subject is 4 bars. Starting here, we get the soprano on Sol, all the way to here, and then after each voice states the subject, they then add the counter subject. Here we see the counter subject in the alto. Subject on Do in the bass. Way to the counter subject, that seems to be the trend, and then complementary, I guess you could call them second counter subjects, or as long as it fits the counterpoint and creates good intervals in the other voices after they state the counter subject. We have kind of a motive that's repeated here. The second half, first half of that motive is repeated here. This is almost kind of a neighbor motive. You could take a step back in analysis and flag that. This is your neighbor motive. All over the subject in Sol there. Let's see, that was this is the last statement of the subject in Sol. So then, rightfully so, once that is complete, the end of our exposition has been marked here. Our subject starts to continue here in sort of a truncated manner. The beginning of the subject is often used to start most of these prominent sections here. Get one in here on Do, one on Sol, and we quickly start to sequence for what we could call an episode, I suppose. Stepping down or stepping up to Do, So, Re, La, and by the time we get here, we can safely say that we can state the whole subject on in C minor there, And that takes us to here. We get our subject in the alto here in A flat. It would be Fa of the original key. So it takes us here. And then no subject here. I guess you could call this some sort of, it wouldn't be a bridge because it's not exposition. So, well, material, it gets you from here to here. Our subject comes in here on F. Oh, no, sorry. Fa in the original key. Now we're still in A flat. So I guess this is almost a restatement of the original subject, since it stays in A flat for a while. I guess you could call this a bridge. So we end up here. And this is the 5 in the key of A flat, starting on see the E flat there.